Hey everybody, we've got some requests to go through our solar setup and how we have everything hooked up. So I decided to spend some quarantine time on a couple of request videos. So here you go. Okay, so as you can see here, we have our solar panels mounted on the top of our bus. I just used some U-channel and some brackets, some rubber washers and regular washers and some bolts and things. And I'll post some pictures of those in the video as well, so you can kind of get an idea of how I mounted everything to the ceiling or the roof of our bus. So we have 6 panels up there. They're 300 watts each. So we have 1,800 watts total, which has been plenty. It's been a good amount of power for us to have. As you can see, we still have some real estate left. Probably going to put up a deck, hopefully. But that will be some other video. So when you get your solar panels, if you're in the midst of building your bus or whatever, you'll notice on when you get the solar panels that on the back of them, they have a fairly obvious positive and negative. And so you hook all the positives together and all the negatives together, and then essentially that gives you one positive and one negative that is going to be running down to your battery bank. You can see right there where my positives and negatives are running in. Now I have 2 positives and 2 negatives up there because I actually split my 6 panels into 2 banks of 3. So I have 3 panels in a series, and then the other 3 panels in another series. Now the reason I did that is I couldn't find one solar charge controller that would actually handle all 1,800 watts for less than a fortune anyway. So I ended up choosing to split it into 2 banks. And then I hook these charge controllers into a series going into my battery bank. So here's my charge controllers, these yellow units right here. And here's my black and white, or black and red, excuse me, black and red, my positive and negative cables coming down from my solar panels. So I have 2 banks up there, so that means I have 2 positives and 2 negative coming in down into each of these. So on the positive side, just for safety, obviously, I've got a 40 amp circuit here linked into my positive on each of the charge controllers. There's the other one right there. And let me kind of show you how this works. This is really pretty straightforward when I got this and started working on it. So you can see here I've got it's got a point right here, solar panel, positive and negative in. So that's coming from the solar panels and then going to the battery, positive and negative. Right? So that's really all there is to it. And then I have those going into these buses. I have a positive bus where pretty much all of my positive stuff, the positive stuff from my inverter, from my batteries. So one of these is from the inverter, the other one is from my battery bank. I've got my positives from both of my solar banks up there. So 3 panels on this one, 3 panels on that one. I have my negatives from my 2 solar banks up there. But that's really all there is to it. And these were cheap charge controllers. These were some of the cheapest ones I could find on Amazon, and they've been awesome. They have worked so great. I have no complaints whatsoever. As you can see, this has a readout on here. Sorry about the noise, the fans are going right now. So you can see on here, you can see my solar panels. It's taking juice from the solar panels, bringing it to my charge controller, and then you can see the juice going to my battery bank. Right now I'm at 13.6 volts and climbing. It's the middle of the day, so even though it's cloudy out, it's not a super sunny day. It's cloudy out, but it's still doing a fantastic job. So yeah, that's really all there is to it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I will try to answer them as best I can.